probably have Janet switch off of Barista. He'll play Winston, and then Saebyeolbe will play Tracer. As the dive comes up towards the high ground, they do a nice job of forcing Saebyeolbe out of this position, and they do get JjoNak.
They keep him honest as well. He took a couple of shots from Sleepy even beforehand, forced to be healed and then grapple away. So it gives up some key positioning, and in the meantime, Architect's already found his second kill. Getting rid of Libero and JjoNak out of the picture, that's most of NYXL's strength now removed.
Yeah, they were able to create so much space that Moth was able to res NYXL, and they were able to get right back in the mech to help push some more players back. First push,
lacking that initiation, I guess, robustness from that D.Va. No! Dante gets taken down by his old post-bomb, can't get out in time, and JjoNak finds two very quick kills, and this is what happens when you let that star player from NYXL start to fire up.
They tried pretty hard to force that Transcendence out. Super jumps all the way into the back, and they use the Valkyrie from Moth to pocket him.
And he positioned to actually do damage. He wants his mech back. He definitely needs it to try and penetrate the backline. Speaking of which, JjoNak there getting ripped apart. The Dragon Blade from Architect lands, and he got Arc in midair. Make it three. His mecha was desuited, had nothing to do but get chopped up. The chef has arrived, and now we're waiting for Janus here just to hold on. He does have a primal rage, but he's discorded down. And looking worse for wear. Almost 2 ticks now for the San Francisco Shock, and JjoNak returns on the main.
You do have Saebyeolbe alive as well. He's just underneath the point here. Just trying to dart back onto it, as Arc does have Valkyrie up in the sky, but there's not many targets to give that healing to right now, as the Shock getting very close to taking the map here, Mitch. Taking this point B. As Libero will have a Riptire, it gets taken out right away. He actually goes on a flank and tries to use it. It's Dante there, and you see Libero, he does take NYXL out though.
Now risky positioning by Libero to try and wrap around that way. Dante was brought back to life though. During that big tank, a lot of value when resurrecting that high health pool hero at a late stage in the fight. Meko's in trouble, but Janus comes through. It's a backswing in the fist, gives him the strong hand, and Architect is no more. Saebyeolbe's low, but drops on towards the Mega Health Pack and finds Sleepy. This is beautiful from the NYXL mat, stringing these kills together and keeping it alive. NYXL is trying to distract away from the fact that Dante is hanging on to life by a thread, but he's eventually removed himself. NYXL will get popped out of the mech. He's done. Overtime now, getting very close, and Moth's trying to skate his way through. Not gonna happen though. 1 point and 8 some damage, but Dante gets leapt upon there immediately by Janus, and Libero finishes him off, and now it's going to be a struggle. Moth kind of finds himself out in the open and is taken down.
Yeah, and from Architect's POV, we really just kind of see Janus jumping onto him, but what actually happens is Saebyeolbe and Libero are up on that top right high ground. Saebyeolbe just like triple blinks all the way across, and then Libero with a...
Oh no! He's going to get him on the Riptire, he's down. Dante is actually able to finish him off there on that junk crap. NYXL is still taken out of his mech, and that's a pulse bomb that is stuck to Super, but he's being healed by Moth the whole time, and Sleepy now bringing in the heavy healing artillery. Also, JjoNak's trans getting forced out by Super. This is good. The San Francisco Shock are pressuring the backline of NYXL into making decisions they just don't want to make. JjoNak and Libero are down. 1 minute 40 left in the round.
Yeah, I mean, Architect has been devastated.
Big EMP, that's huge! Janus, Libero, everyone's hacked up here. San Francisco Shock starting to put the pressure on now, and Dante goes down. SF looking pretty darn good. Janus knocked away from the point, and Moth gonna reinforce map 1. They're gonna rock him.
Widowmaker beats you, right? If the Widowmaker's not hitting the shots, it's going to be a liability for the other team, right? See, they're able to get Libero, Arc, and JjoNak. They're all kind of grouped up.
They may not have enough
high ground, but yeah, I mean, Saebyeolbe just... The Meko just on the point, just going crazy.
Okay, Meko desuited now. Dante gonna put health, but again, he'll be able to bring in some real force to this fight. The Dragon Blade's gonna be there. Now the capture's beginning. JjoNak's forced into the Transcendency, but it's not enough. It doesn't save his player. Saebyeolbe gets double, 2 supports for 1 pulse bomb. Don't mind if he does. And now Libero is a target that needs to be addressed. JjoNak also has Architect's ire drawn in his direction. But there it is. The Shock have the first point.
Unfortunately, their supports all spawn at that first point. So
because making the accounts takes ages. So I don't have time to come up with questions as well. There's a pulse bomb though. JjoNak gets taken down. Meko now tries to approach the point, and Saebyeolbe a bit of a wrap around the backside. JjoNak brought back to the fight. That's very important. He's so close to a Transcendence. Will he even get a chance to use it though? Libero pressured, and he connects with Architect with a grenade in mid-air. NYXL now self-destruct going into the underpass. Yeah, that's going to force the Transcendence. Again, pressuring that backline. Now NYXL may well push back on this fight and win it. It's EMP in over the top. Libero, Saebyeolbe, JjoNak, and Meko all hacked. In fact, Arc as well. What a perfect EMP. And here's the follow-up. I'm not going to ask where it is because it's pretty easy to see. Libero needs to land this Riptide to try and put this one to bed, but they're being pressured out very heavily. Super down, resuit here for Meko. That's big. Nevic's taken down. Can't really get involved now as that Diva. Dante getting knocked across the point. Janus is there. He's really lifted in terms of his performance from previous games, and overtime is done.
The biggest thing for me for New York is
reconverge on this point. They're split across two sides. Their tanks are behind Libero, and the backline was in front of him. And now they sort of pincer onto the point. This forces the Transcendence out from JjoNak as it gets real hot heavy over here.
Yeah, and it was actually a big self-destruct from Meko that goes into the back that takes out Dante, so you lose all the damage from the Junkrat. For me, though, it's that big pick that Libero gets on Architect allows him to push past there without worrying about the Widowmaker taking shots from the underpass.
So here is them trying to wrap around and make some progress. Self-destruct's traded out over the top. This one lands beautifully. And again, Overwatch
just playing into that comp. It's New York just deciding. New York just decided they were going to do it better. I mean, they were just going to figure out a way to create spaces. People dropping like flies here from San Francisco. This is not looking good for the shop.
Why? It's as simple as Architect gets smashed by JjoNak at long range. Not maybe that much of a surprise. Rezzed up by Moth, right? Then Dante gets smashed by JjoNak at long range. Guess there's no Resurrect. Guess we lose the fight. San Francisco have to give that one up, and that's it. It's a box of victory already. NYXL plowing through them. Dante goes down to Libero, and Saebyeolbe gets the bomb in. It's as simple as that. And the NYXL fire back across the band
in like a 76 or a McCree. You have to force this far down from that vantage point because you have nothing that can deal consistent damage on Torture. Unless you want to sacrifice Meko. If you sacrifice Meko, then you don't have anything that can protect your support. Since Meko will use the self-destruct, he'll get taken out though, or anything can happen. That'll be a pulse bomb there. Ends up going right on Mono. They take him out. NYXL though, they've got a decent amount of the point here.
Oh no, Libero!
As well.
Oh, there it is. Architect comes in with the two. Nicely done. Animo falls, and you notice that Libero, for a moment, maybe as he comes out of that position, and he's still ahead in percentage. So good signs. Dante is down, so Libero has already made his mark on the battlefield, and he and Architect are currently embroiled in a fight to the death. Claws, wings, and everything. And then Moth could be in trouble there. That Discord put him very close to death. But it's Mano and Meko, the tanks that are really starting to cut the swaths here. San Francisco Shock being buffeted around the point, and super. Not much you can do about that one. NYXL back in control. They have the ball on far up, but wasn't able to connect, and now his pulse bomb might be his other option he needs to go for. That's the barrage from Libero, gets the D-suit on Nevix and removes the pilot.
Oh, that's huge because NYXL can't leave the point here for a second. Super almost got them off of it there with Primal Rage. But New York picking up the kills here. It'll be Mono, Meko, and Libero on the point.
4v6 at the moment. Architect down to Mono. This could be all going south, and it does. New York grinded it out, but I tell you what, San Francisco pushed them to the very limit.
Bringing everybody kind of risky, as it'll be Riptire from both teams.
He gets the Riptire and Dante as well.
That's like best case scenario there, right?
I think so. I think there's no other way you're going to get away with it. Animo there, briefly very vulnerable as he was pulled up above that Orisa barrier that he was taking refuge behind. And Architect was looking down the sights, but enough to see Saebyeolbe remove him. So, 68% for the Shock. Good start. The
Monos, both of them, who put it down there early. It'll be Dante who takes out Animo. Spitfire though here from Libero.
Oh, they wouldn't have seen this coming. It comes so quickly. Super and the Supercharger are both down. Orisa now missing for the San Francisco Shock, and Sleepy is gone the way of the Weary himself. It's a remote miner. Libero's had an excellent map thus far. Yes, Architect was able to find the kill on Mana with the shield down, and Meko has to try and hide in the corner to get his back. Perfect drop in though from Dante. Removing Libero and JjoNak, but San Francisco needs to... Speaking of which, the man's gonna play. Bringing it to JjoNak there, not much he could do either. A lot of people with their agency and decisions taken away in this round. These big ultimates are brought into play, just trying to one-up each other. Now the Shock are the ones in control here. They're going to win this fight out pretty convincingly. Meko de-suited now. Saebyeolbe has a pulse bomb and he's off in the wings, and Libero only gets super. We're going to get a 3-rounder here on the pole.
Oh, the changes come in huge. You're going to have Moth coming back and then your tank. So an EMP that's used by Dante.
Too many EMPs, so that will allow Super to get both of those supports with ease. That's exactly what you want to get. Super's going to be grinning from ear to ear now, knowing that the Zeddy's trying to kill is not being pocketed by the Mercy. Yes, please, he says. JjoNak goes low, his shields are stripped away, and he gets pinned up against the wall. Nevix doesn't give him a chance. Libero, close quarters barrage. It's 2. It gets both of the backlines. Both teams are now missing all of their healing, all of it. But Dante still stands strong, and Meko is removed. He sees Libero hovering a little bit close to the ground, and he finishes him off. What a fight, but it's a long one. And NYXL have been in charge of the point this whole time. They come out at 72%. he will just pop this at his leisure. He's watching his health bar very intently. He'll know when he has to use it, and there it is. Libero can now follow this up. He can use a barrage in close quarters without going down. Oh, or not! Sleeping removes him as he tries to swoop in. He finds Super, though. He does get that big pick, and Architect goes for the barrage here. Only Saebyeolbe is yielded, and they can't get back to the point. The shock disengage for a split second, and they give the round. And a bit smaller on that hero. Architect, oh, sees Libero. Oh, that's very risky. Libero actually, there's no way you're going to survive that. He sends himself up airborne. It's just skeet shooting. Play pigeons for Architect. He found Arc as well.
And Pine doesn't have enough time for this flank to actually materialize. Now they're
hey
guys,
guys,
exactly where he
I'm
is.
out here.
And there
Run him out.
It takes one shot and then dives off the side. But
notice me, please.
Real good first fight for the Shock. Goes in their favor. They
can't run away now. And then Dante can follow this up with an EMP. That's a lot of people hacked up. 5 people hacked. Libero, the only one who wasn't affected by it. Nevix brings the house down. Mano, Pine, and JjoNak all disintegrate as that self-destruct brings them straight in. Talk about Fallout, boy.
And like I mentioned, there's no opportunity to use the Valkyrie because the hack comes, the EMP comes through, and now you don't get a chance to use it here throughout all of stage 2 of the map. Moth doesn't have to use his.
Yeah, that's right. So Architect's definitely up there on Widows on Junkertown, and he needs to be in this match. Look at that, Mano and JjoNak down. Now, where's Arc? They need to try and prevent this resurrect coming through. They got it. They stopped the res. This could be a landslide victory in this fight. Architect shuts down Libero's Riptire. This is big for the Shock. 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, Matt, and they're still barreling towards the end. What a mech as a result. Self-destruct here. Meko down, and a chance for Nevix to resuit and get back into the fight.
It will be Valkyrie here used by the NYXL. They'll chase him on down. Dante will fall. JjoNak still holds on to this Transcendence. A minute to go. Super, yep. You're incredibly dead. As now only a minute to go here for the Shock.
Obviously, McCree, in many senses, is a direct counter to Tracer, given how much threat you generate by the flash being available. There it is. Dante dies to Pine. Dante tried to sneak in the backside, and the NYXL shut it down. And that's exactly where they needed it. Right, there's the hook and book combo. Super getting drawn in. JjoNak's down again, so they're missing their damage core right now, the NYXL. And Pine, though, is still there, but Architect slaps him. He's down. Super is removed by the micro rockets, but Architect's just going to zip on back and grapple into safety. Oh, Arc, we barely knew ye. Dante connects to that Riptire, and he can't do much.
Architect is playing really well.
What are you doing? He's trying to heal himself up there. Quick soldering iron effort there. Pretty common in the outback of Junkertown. He stays alive and gets rid of Nevix's mech, and the payload is moving in the meantime.
Well, that push there from NYXL was to get Dante out of position. The Junkrat, they wanted to get him away from that payload around the corner as Architect takes out Pine again. As Architect here on the flank, it'll be a Riptire that comes in from Dante, trying to keep this one alive here for the Shock. Not looking good. Mono will use a supercharger for good measures to clean it on up. This will be New York taking point 8. With only a minute remaining though, Mitch. That was a good defense there from the Shock.
I feel like that's what NYXL are going to draw here. Oh man.
That's a big kill there, especially on a Moth. Well, I was going to say, at the beginning when we saw the Bastion come into play here on this map, it was all about putting that Bastion on the payload. Yep. But it does make him a very easy, you know where he is at all times, right? If the Bastion's going on the flank and stuff, I mean, everybody knows at home, as soon as you start to hear those bullets come out, you turn, you look, you're trying to figure out where he is. And in a game, obviously this fast at the
D.Va to help contest, devastating for the Shock. Getting very, very close now, and that self-destruct being thrown in. JjoNak's there as well, take configuration. He stayed on the Bastion for the entire map, and it's paid off. Gets himself 1 in fact, and takes himself down. He got a lot of damage on towards Nomi, but not enough to get the kill. They're getting close now, though. Nevix has to throw himself at this one. JjoNak's been brought back to the fight. They know where their bread is buttered, Matt. They want to bring this Bastion to bear, and you can see the Doomfist across the point is Super. Pine picks him off in midair. Now it's just Nomi hung on to try and delay this one out, but no chance. And New York stave off a plucky San Francisco Shock and make it 3-1 in the series. I've got to say though, Matt,